Ginamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namosade Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavani Shri Krishna Banasade Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Devacha Haridana Bhavani Vaishnavi Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bodhale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Tireshvara Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gada Bhaktaran Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone, don't get tense. This is how the Bhakti Shastri board mission is. So when we send it to Mayapur, we should see that everything is in standard. All the attendance and the open book assessment, everything should be in standard because your paper is also getting uploaded. So let's do it in a nice format. Okay, the open book, and let it be an essay. You write it elaborate. It should be an elaborate explanation. Okay. So today we'll do we'll do chapter 10. That is the opulence of the absolute Krishna. That is before showing the universal form, the theoretical part. So understanding how Krishna is of all, that is first 7 slokas. Then pure bhakti is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. That is the Chatur Sloki of Bhagavad Gita, 10.8 to 11. And Arjuna accepting Krishna's supreme position is from 12 to 18. Okay, so 1 to 7 mainly says about how Krishna is unknowable and the source of all, that Krishna's origin is impossible to understand, for he is the source of all, and that which he has been created cannot independently understand its own source. So one who understands this fact serve Krishna with devotion, right? So Krishna is the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabho, right? Sarva karana karana. So once we know Krishna is the supreme, then we have the inspiration to take up the process of devotional service. And we can understand Krishna only by his mercy, nothing else. Fully understand Krishna will free us from all the sins, and we appreciate Krishna's position naturally leads us to surrender to Krishna. So 10.1 says, Shri Bhagavanu Vaja Bhuya Eva Mahabhaho Shunu Me Paramam Vacha Yatte Aham Priyamanya Naya Vakshyami Hitakamyaya. The Supreme Personality Godhead said, listen again, O mighty Arjuna, because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further. Knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. So he is going to give a knowledge to Arjuna, which is better than which have already been explained, because now Krishna is going to say all his opulences, because these are opulences of the absolute, no? So Krishna has all 6 opulences in full. Aishvaryasya, Veerasya, Samagrasya, Jnana, Vairagya. All strength, all wealth, all beauty, all fame, all knowledge, right? How does it prove that Krishna has all strength? Any pastime you have to prove Krishna had all strength? Yes,
he lifted the Govardhan mountain with his tiny finger.
Vamana Avtara.
Very good. Yes, Manasi.
Putana.
Yes, so almost all the demons we can see, killing the demons. Yes, Shridhamari. So all the demons, that is showing Krishna's strength, especially the Govardhan hill. And okay, that's what about wealth?
Dwarka, establishment of
Goddess
Dwarka.
Lakshmi is
Dwarka, yes.
Mataji, the 16,108 palaces, gold.
Palaces. Yes, good.
He has Goddess Lakshmi as
is a concert.
Who is at their feet, washing his feet.
So how many Lakshmis?
One
Sahasra,
crores of Lakshmi.
1,000 Lakshmis.
Yes. Lakshmi Sahasra So 10,000 Lakshmi Sahasra. Okay. So yes. And then that's wealth. Beauty. What about the beauty of the Lord? How do you say about the beauty? This is a brainstorming. You don't have to raise your hand. You can just unmute.
He's Madan Mohan.
The Cupid and the Cupid is attracted to Krishna.
Equaling to thousands of cupids.
Yeah, Kandarpa Kodi Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham, right? Thousands of cupids. Yeah, that's why he's called Madan Mohan. Good. And fame. Why you say Krishna is so famous?
After 5,000 years also we remember him, Mataji.
we still remember his pastimes.
He's
and we
famous
still think.
horizontally, vertically
Yeah.
in every loka.
Remembering the pastime even now, yes, and even the Bhagavad Gita is studied even now, which is like the most famous. Knowledge,
Uddhava Gita, Bhagavad
The
Gita,
whole
Bhagavad Gita,
Veda
Srimad
has not
Bhagavatam,
written. He has given Veda.
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
All good scriptures, Mataji.
All
all
the
the
Vedas
scriptures,
come from them.
everything.
We completed the
everything.
learning in 64
Vedas,
days.
Mataji.
Veda Vyas is
can
also
come-
Krishna's expansion, right? Krishna Dvaipayana Vyas. Vedaisha Sarve Rahame Veda, Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Chaham. Yes. What about renunciation? Krishna came in which form as the renounced person?
Vamana.
Vaman Avatar and Chaitanya
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Prabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yes. Vamana Dev, then
Mataji, when
Buddha-
Samudra Manthan was happening, then Lakshmi ji when
Prithu Maharaj. He also is Prithu Maharaj.
yes. What about Narayana Rishi? When he came as a Narayana Rishi, there was also renunciation. So strength, wealth, beauty, fame, knowledge, and renunciation. So Krishna offers in chapter 10, when compared to chapter 9, Krishna gives more confessional knowledge here. In chapter 7, the Lord explains different energies, and 9, he established different energies to establish devotion and firm conviction. Now here he says the importance of hearing in this sloka. Prabhupada writes, the more one hear about the Supreme Lord, the more one become fixed in devotion. One should always hear about the Lord in association of devotees that will enhance one's devotional service. Okay, so we have to be conscious of hearing about Krishna. You should be anxious to hear about Krishna in the association of devotees. So before showing the universal form, Krishna is mentioning all the opulences. So it's like a theoretical part here. Name vidu suraganaha prapavam nama harshaya aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashaha aham adirhi devanam. He is the source of all the demigods. Neither the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulence, for in every respect I am the source of the demigods and sages. So Krishna is the source of the demigods. Like which demigod from, like which part or from where did the demigods come? Or in this, any examples?
Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they come from.
Lord Shiva came from?
Forehead of Lord.
Forehead, Mataji.
Oh, the forehead, and yes,
Brahma
came
From his navel.
From the navel.
Navel,
Lotus
from his navel as a lotus.
from the
stamp.
navel. Yes, from the navel. And what else? Who else? Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, all the demigods came from his different parts of the body from after Brahma
Different
was,
parts.
of the body after Brahma was created from the navel. He was
Yes.
he could not trace his origin, but when he went into meditation, he came to know about his creation, and from
Yes.
there he created all the other like other universe and other cosmos was created.
Okay, so the demigods came from the Lord. So Narayana, Rudra, Jaiden. Okay, so all the demigods have come from the Lord. And as we know, from which Vishnu's navel, put in the chat, from which Vishnu's navel did Brahma come? Put in the chat, you have to write in the chat. So demigods are the different parts of the Lord, the limbs of the Lord, it is said. Mahavishnu is actually Karunadakshay Vishnu. Supriya Mataji. So Karunadakshay Vishnu is the cause for creation. No, that's not, he is lying on the causal ocean. No, that's not where from Brahma came. Brahma came from, yes, all of you got it. It's not Mahavishnu, Neha Mataji. It's Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Good. So Garbhodakshay Vishnu is the one who is lying on the Garbhodaksha ocean. Right? From there, the lotus stem came, and from in the lotus the Brahma was there, and in the stem the different planetary system is there. This Garbhodakshay Vishnu is in the spiritual world. Garbhodakshay Vishnu is lying, right? Is it that spiritual world? Racheta Mataji, who got it right? Let me see. Praveena Mataji got it right. Shubham Prabhu, yes. Kanchan Mataji, yes. Yes, in the Garbhodaksha ocean. What is this Garbhodaksha ocean in the spiritual world? No. It's in the material world. Yes, Prajesh Prabhu. It's in the material world. You all remember the chart? There is one big, the universe is like anda, the egg, no? Anda andarastu paramanche andarasam. So it's like an anda. So if that one thing, that round thing is the universe. Inside that's the Garbhodesha Vishnu. So that's the material world. All the planetary systems are there. That's the material world, okay? Not in the spiritual world. It's the material. That's why it is said Garbhodesha Vishnu is also called Hiranya Garbha. Why? Hiranya means gold and Garbha means abdomen. So somebody who had gold in the abdomen, in the sense so many universes are created from his abdomen, and he is lying in the Garbhodesha ocean. That's the material world, and whoever prays to Garbhodesha Vishnu goes to that world, and which is again material. So there is coming back. Okay, so yes, so Garbha Udaka Shai, right? He is yes, Prabhu. So yeah, womb and the beginner. So from where the whole creation began and the different planetary system. So Krishna is the cause of, so Garbhodesha Vishnu, Karadesha Vishnu, these are all the what of the Lord. They are all coming from Krishna, no? So these three, Garbhodesha Vishnu, Karadesha Vishnu, and Kshirodesha Vishnu, who's a Paramatma in a heart, is Krishna's what? Which avatar?
Expansion. Purusha avatar.
What
Purusha
avatar? Purusha avatar.
Purusha avatar.
These are the Purusha avatar of the Lord. Good. So these are the Purusha avatar. Okay. Now, but Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is the cause of all these Vishnus, because they are the Purusha avatar, all of them. So Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadirabira Govinda Sarva Karana. This purport is a very nice purport. It says that Krishna is the source of all the demigods. Now, what is the root of the tree? Krishna himself is saying that he is the root of the demigods, the origin of the demigods. So why still they going to the demigods? No, not even the demigods celebrate sages know Krishna fully, because he is the origin of everyone, and everything included, all the demigods and great sages have come from him. So he is Govinda, the Supreme Lord. What do you mean by Govinda? What do you mean by Govinda? Did they come from Balram, Prajesh Prabhu? But who is Balram? The first expansion of Krishna, no? So originally it's all coming from Krishna, okay? Balram is also the first expansion of Krishna. The master of senses is Rishikesha. Govinda means what? Lakshmi, let me give chance to Jyoti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, Govinda means he who gives pleasure to the cows and the senses.
Good. Pleasure to the cows and the senses, not master. Okay, someone have given master. Now he pleases the cow. Good. He pleases the cow. Pleasure to the cow and the senses. Okay. Yes. So go means go means cows. Go means gopals. Go means senses. Right. So Govinda. Gopala means who's a protector of the cows. So he is an eternal blissful spiritual body in the origin of the all. He has no other origin. He's the prime cause of all. He doesn't have an origin. Right. God by meditation or nothing. Since he come as Devaki's son or Vasudeva's son or Nanda Baba's or Yashoda Maya's son, that's just for a pastime purpose. Nobody can become father of the Lord except his pure devotees. But then that's just, he's Swayambhu, he's Swayam Bhagavan, not Swayambhu, Swayam Bhagavan. Swayambhu is Brahma. Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna's to Bhagavan, Swayam. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasa Britya, right? He's the only Lord. So criteria or qualification to understand Krishna is not scholarship. It's not the qualification necessary to understand Krishna. Any example? Who was not qualified and then still understood Krishna? Not completely. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
Durvasa Muni was also not Durvasa Muni.
Durvasa Muni didn't understand Krishna. He was a yogi. That's why even if when Ambarish Maharaj, the Sudarshan Chakra came, he went even to Vaikuntha, he had to come back. Yes, Manasi.
Gopis Mata.
Mataji,
Mataji.
Nice,
four
good.
Kumaras.
Nice.
4 Kumaras.
The 4 Kumaras are really good, big scholars. They are not so not educated. I mean, they are not less educated. Yes, the Gopis, wonderful example. Jyoti Mataji. Yes, Meenal Mal.
Mataji, I don't know the name, but I know about that person. I've heard the story. He was seeing Bhagavad Gita, like he didn't know how to read and write.
Very
and
good.
he was seeing it ulta. and he was crying. And
Yes.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him that why are you
Yes.
crying, and everyone was laughing at him because he was illiterate. He's saying
Yes.
that I'm just crying because I'm seeing this picture that Krishna, he is the supreme personality of Godhead, and he is driving the chariot of Arjuna, and
Good.
so kind-hearted he is. And I don't know the name of that person who
There's
it
no
was.
name given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's just given the illiterate Brahmana. He's called as the illiterate Brahmana. There's no name given. I think it was in Srirangam, right? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Srirangam, this illiterate Brahmana was sitting because his guru said that you have to read Bhagavad Gita. And yes, he was holding it, well, not holding it ulta. He was seeing the picture of Krishna driving the chariot of Arjuna. It's like, how can the Lord become a chariot driver for his devotee? And he started crying, and Mahaprabhu is like, who said you're not educated? And what about Gajendra? He's an animal, no? He's an elephant form. Very nice example, Prajesh Prabhu. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, who is the spiritual master of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Prabhupada's guru. He was illiterate. He didn't even know to sign his name. So illiterate, but then he had so much of knowledge about the Lord. Yes. Yashoda Maya, all the Vrajavasis, if you take in that case, yes. Uddhava was a great scholar, Lakshmi Madhavi. No, Uddhava was a greatest scholar, actually. He is I think the student of Brihaspati. He was very great scholar. Uddhava was a great scholar. But he was so scholarly that he didn't understand could not appreciate the love of the gopis. So Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan as our Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education for higher education to understand that he is not just Uddhava thought, oh, he knows everything, and he went with the letter to the gopis and the Yashoda Maya, and when he saw their love for Krishna, he's like, I'm nothing. I don't know anything about Krishna. I thought I'm a big scholar, but I'm not, right? So don't take him as a category. But later on, Villamangalam, yes. Cobbler and the Brahmana, the cobbler, nice. Yes, good. Narad Muni, if you say that son of the maid servant, yes, in one way, yes, he was not that when in that Janma, when he was as a maid servant son, yes. So scholarship is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, okay. Oh no, Shukadeva Goswami is eternally liberated. He spoke the whole Bhagavatam, right? He already knows everything. So even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. Only those who are qualified can understand Krishna, in the sense Bhakti. That's very important. No one can understand why the Supreme Lord come to this planet as an ordinary being and execute such wonderful pastimes. So one can speculate, keep on speculating, but may reach to the opposite conclusion of impersonalism. They will imagine something with mental speculation. Now, how to understand Krishna? Only by Bhakti, right? Or by the mercy of Vaishnavas and Krishna. And through the bona fide studying Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, the bona fide books. Okay. Sudama went to Sandipani Muni's Gurukul. Krishna met Sudama in the Sandipani Muni's ashram. So definitely there they got training. Only thing, he was poor. He didn't have much wealth. So that's also again, wealth is not a qualification to understand Krishna. Yomam ajam anadim cha veti loka maheshwaram asamuda eshu sarvapai pramukhyate. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginless, and the supreme Lord of all the world, he only undiluted among men is freed from all sins. So we should know Krishna as unborn. Aja means unborn, beginless. Anadiradir Govinda. Right? So if somebody has constructed a building, there is the engineer or a constructor, no, before the building came. So Krishna created this universe. So Krishna was there before the universe, no, created. And he'll be there after the destruction also, because everything is coming from him. Krishna discussed in the previous text that demigod sages cannot understand Krishna as unborn. Krishna is Aja, beginless. There's no beginning for the Lord and the Lord of all the world. So Krishna is described undiluted among men, those who can understand Krishna in the three features as Aja, beginless, and Anadi, supreme proprietor. So it's very rare to know Krishna in truth. Manishyanam sahasreshu kashchit yadadi siddhaye yadadamabi siddhanam kashchit mam vedi tatvadaha. One who understands Krishna as the supreme Lord, like only one person out of millions who endeavor to know Krishna, not everyone can understand Krishna in truth. So understanding Krishna is unborn or Aja, The living entities are taking birth, dying due to material attachment. Thus, we are changing our body. But Krishna comes in his own sweet will. No, he is unborn. He comes by his internal potency, and his body is unchangeable. So we have to know Krishna as Veti Loka Maheshwaram, the Supreme Lord of all the world. Krishna was existing before the creation, even is there after the annihilation. So demigods were created. Krishna was not created. This Krishna is different even from the great demigods Brahma and Lord Shiva. Only activities done under the direction of Krishna are auspicious. Nothing else is auspicious in the world, it is said. Any activity done for Krishna and the Krishna consciousness is transcendental. So 4 says about Krishna as the origin of all the qualities. Moha, Satyam, Dama Shama, Shama Satyam, Dama Shama, Sukam Dukkam Bhavo Bhavo, Bhayam Cha, Bhayam Evacha, Ahimsa Samata Kushtis, Tapo Dhanam Yasho Yashaha, Vitaha. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness, distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and impermanence. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone. So Krishna is giving all these qualities. Now, all the different qualities I explained here. So either they are good or bad, all are created by Krishna. Nothing can manifest in the world which is not in Krishna. So where does Krishna manifest the qualities? Throughout the universe, right? In human society and all. Whom they are created, Krishna creates for those who want to advance in Krishna consciousness. But the person has to develop from within. By devotional service, one automatically develop all the good qualities. So it says intelligence is the power to analyze things in the proper perspective. Knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, knowing and distinction between matter and spirit. It can be achieved when one acts without hesitation, based on the understanding transcendental philosophy. Nothing should be accepted blindly, but with care and caution. So you should not accept anything blindly in Krishna consciousness. You should know the science behind it. Prabhupada says Krishna consciousness is a science. And asammoha, tolerance and forgiveness, excuse the minor offenses of others, and one should be practiced to bear the insult and dishonor from others. Truthfulness, this is all for pure devotees. Facts presented as they are for the benefit of others. Not distort truth for some personal interest. Control of the senses. The senses should not be used for unnecessary enjoyment. It should be used in Krishna service. Control of the mind. It's very important, right? It has to be developed with the assistance of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So come, always consider in relation to what is favorable and unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. Bhava, birth, fearlessness. For soul, there is no birth or death. And fearlessness, bhayam. Fear is caused due to absorption in the illusion energy or maya. Ahimsa, equanimity, not do anything which would put others in state of confusion or distress. Equanimity, samatha, freedom from all attachment and emotion. Accept whatever is favorable to consciousness, reject that is unfavorable. Anukulena sankalpa pratikulesya varjana. Not be eager to gather more and more material things by unnecessary activity. One should be satisfied with what is obtained by the Lord's grace. Okay, satisfaction and austerity, voluntarily accepting hardships or suffering for a higher purpose, like rising early in the morning, taking bath, Brahma Muhurta, no, fasting on Ekadashi, like this. And charity, 50% of income to Krishna consciousness. That's an example by who set this example, who gave 50% of his income. Can put in the chat to the Brahmanas, Vaishnavas for Krishna consciousness. Chat, type. Who set this example? Fame. A man is famous when he is known as a great devotee. When Alfred Ford, who giving like 500 crores for the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, TOVP. So Prabhupada, when he met him long back, initially, he said, "Where is your grandfather, Henry Ford?" He died already that time. So Prabhupada's like, don't become famous as a businessman, become famous as a devotee. And that's what he became. I'm getting so many examples. Rupa Goswami, good. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Swayam Bhagavan, you don't have to do. The fruit seller is Kolavecha Sridhar Rajatamatji. But he also gave 50% of his money to worship Ganges. Very nice. Yes. Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami, when he retired from Nawab Hussain Shah, he got like 2 boats full of gold coins, and 50% was used for serving Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, 25% for the family, and 25% he kept for himself, which was used by Sanatana Goswami later on when he wanted to escape the jail. Okay. So this is just an example. So this 4 to 5 sloka has 2-3 pages of purport. So please read it. Maharshaya Saptapurve Chatparo Manvastata Madhava Manasa Jata Yesham Loka Ima Praja. The 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages and the Manus come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. So Hiranyagarbha refers to Lord Brahma, who is the original creator, both born out of the energy of the Supreme Lord. Okay, but Hiranyagarbha also means the Lord. Raghunath Das Goswami, yes, Chidadehi festival, but he was already rich, very rich, the landlord. But the 50% actually the said example by Rupa Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, yes, later on renounced everything and came. He set a nice example. Yes, and that Chidadehi festival also, he fed like so millions of Brahmanas, so many Vaishnavas were fed. Yes, so that's also a nice example for us. Okay, so here it is said the 4 great sages are born from Brahma, that's the 4 Kumaras, and 7 great sages born from Brahma, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Gautama, Jamadatni, and Bharadwaja. 14 Manus are also there. Okay, Krishna is Prapitamaha, Brahma is Pitamaha. Okay, so because Krishna created Brahma and Brahma did the secondary creation, so in that way Krishna is a Prapitamaha. Prapitamaha means Brahma is the Pitamaha, the father, and his father is Krishna. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vedi tatvadaha so avikalpena yogena uchyadena trasamshayaha. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service of this, there is no doubt. So why are we knowing all this? So that we engage in the devotional service of Krishna. Okay. So importance of understanding Krishna's opulence is the highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless one is firmly convinced of these opulences, we cannot engage in devotional service. What happens? Maya will shake us. But as we know so much about Krishna, we'll try to surrender more. We all know Prabhupada says God is great, but we don't know how great he is. No, so that's the detail how great the Lord is. Okay. Mataji, don't post the attendance now, because what happens? Devotees fill the attendance and they escape. They don't sit for the class. So I'll tell you when to post. Okay. Make your co-host there. Okay, so here it said that we have to do devotional service. That's why we should know the opulence of the Lord. The more we know the opulence of the Lord, the more we surrender to Krishna. So one should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is. Or by knowing the greatness of Krishna, we'll be able to fix in his devotional service. Okay, so I think this was given as an open book question to know the Krishna's opulence in detail. I think the next open book, 10 and 11, 10, 7, 8. Yeah. See, it's time to post the second open book assessment. You're still in the first open book assessment. That's why I told, don't delay. Because in few weeks, I'll finish 10th chapter and again there will be the second open book posted. Then 11 and 12, you'll have a second closed book. So just make it fast. So that it keeps coming. Okay. So why should we know the opulence of Krishna in detail? What is the importance of knowing Krishna's opulence in detail? Yes, Kanjan Mataji.
Mataji, we can become his pure devotee and
Yes.
also know how to worship him, and actually how to basically reciprocate his with his loving worship towards him.
Okay, so yes, that's to become pure devotees, and that's one reason. Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, as we are conditioned souls, we are all the time filled with, surrounded by miseries and all sorts of material desires. But once we come to know about the opulences of Shri Krishna, we our material desires and everything gets freed, and we automatically we increase our love and everything for Krishna, and we completely surrender ourselves. So that once we surrender, we become devotees, and we can go back to Krishna.
Yes, so that's one reason.
Hare
Is Lavanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, it helps us to know how great is the Supreme Lord, and also it helps us to remember Krishna through his different opulences. We are able to remember Krishna in our life. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So yes, Supriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This helps us to remind us where and all Krishna is there, Mataji. So the moment we see sun, moon, it remembers like this reflects Krishna itself. So the constant remembrance of Krishna will be reminded again and again. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so the constant remembrance of Krishna. Okay, that's nice. So these are the different reasons why she should know the opulence of Krishna. Okay. So next is Chatur Sloka. I think we can close here. Chatur Sloka will be taken in the next session. Okay, you can, some more devotees have to share. Yes, Sonia Mataji, why should we know the opulence of Krishna?
To know that he is a Bhagwan and no one is like superior to him. He has the full of opulence, and if any time we want to worship, we should know that these qualities will be present in the demigods.
Yeah. Mataji, you can post the attendance link. Mansi Mataji and Siddha Mataji. Because we started late today because of the open book exams. So we won't have a big one, but we can have this discussion. Yes, Mataji, yes. So that's your view. And what do you think, Rajeda Mataji? Why should we know about Krishna's opulence?
Okay, so that we can serve the Lord nicely without any personal motive. And as we know that God is great, so we should know the details of why Krishna is great, because it is specifically mentioned in the purport. There are so many forefathers, sages, and most importantly, the origin of Brahma. And Brahma is the grandfather of the whole universe, and Krishna is the father of Brahma. So he is the origin of everything.
Yes.
That is why Krishna is called Sarva Karana Karanam.
Okay. So we can worship Krishna without any material desires. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
I have a question. It is said that Krishna is unborn, but in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th chapter, it is mentioned that when Krishna came, all the constellations and everything is described, and he came. So how come when it is said that the description of Krishna's arrival is given? So how come it is said that he's unborn and everything? Because
born in the sense he came in a human form, right? In the 10th canto is basically describing the Krishna's descent, in the sense he's coming, Swayam Bhagavan is coming to do his pastime, right? So when he came, because Devaki and Vasudeva prayed to have a son like Krishna, and he wanted to please his devotees to do his pastime, the Lord came in a human form to do a human-like pastimes, like Lord Ramchandra came. So similarly, so at that time, yes, so many the Rohini star, Nakshatra, and then Ashtami, all that thing came, and it was auspicious. Yeah, so that is Krishna descending to the material world, Mataji. From the spiritual world, he is descending to do the pastimes in Dwapara Yuga. So in that way, yes. So, but it's for us, it's considered as birth, but that's not the birth for the Lord. No, like sun is rising. Is the birth of the sun? No, the sun rises. So like that, the Lord descends to do his pastime. When the pastime is over, he descends back or ascends back. Right, so that should not be taken as God.
Even Balram Mataji, even Balram's descent was also like the expansion of it. Like he was
Yeah,
also
Balram is definitely expansion of Krishna. Yes, the first expansion.
okay.
Okay.
Mataji.
Yes,
Thank
Jyoti
you,
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Oh, can you unmute?
Hare Krishna Mataji, according to me, we should know the opulences of Krishna so that in times of trouble, in times of hardships, or when fears, anxieties,
Yes.
and worries strike us, we should know that Krishna is all powerful, who
Yes.
at such small age could kill the mighty demons. Then we can give our worries to him, fears to him, and we can just surrender and
Yes.
submerge in the ocean of devotion.
Very nice. Okay. So Minal Mother says, yes, we can surrender without doubt. And then for it is also for non-devotees to prove that Krishna is the supreme, right? So when we debate the Mayavadis, we can also know the opulence of Krishna so as to prove that Krishna is the supreme personality. Yes, Shraddha Mataji.
Mataji, I will explain. 1 second, sorry. Mataji, I will explain this with the help of example of a baby. When a newborn baby is born, then he understands his mother, he knows his mother with the heartbeat of a mother, then by the smell of a mother, and then slowly he comes to know about his father and the relatives. But no matter how many people he comes to know and identify, his love is very profound and strong for his mother and father, that is parents. So when we try to understand Krishna by hearing about it, by studying Shastras, by knowing his opulence, then the dormant love which is already there in our heart, it is revived, and we come to know about him, and we know he is our father. And what is the reason, what is the relationship with the Lord? That is, we are the servants of the Lord, and we are part and parcel of the Lord. We also come to know that we are souls and we are not the body. This is what I have learned after coming into Bhagavad Gita, and this is how my love for Lord Krishna has phenomenally increased. Like, I can't think of anything else but now Radha Krishna. So this also helps us to contradict Mayavadi. It gives us a very steadfast faith to argue with them, to give them some evidence, some examples from Bhagavatam and Shastras, so that we are very steadfast in our faith, and we can not only convince ourselves but to our family members and other people. So that is why it is important to know Krishna and his opulences. Thank you, Mataji.
Very nice. So, and what happens? Yes, I mean, Maya touches when we are in difficult situations, as Mother said. Yes, knowing about Krishna will keep him fixed in devotional service. That's called Nishtha. No, you don't fall down from that stage. So that's called Nishtha. To have that fixed conviction, because Maya can trick us every time. Now, what am I doing? Will this work? Is this the right process? Am I doing the right thing? So many things keep coming to us. But then the more we know about the opulence of Krishna, it's like, yes, he is the supreme. I'm doing the right thing. You get a lot of conviction, and the more and more you become surrendered to Krishna, and the more you have faith in the process of Krishna consciousness. Yes. So the more you know about Krishna, because the mind is very tricky. Now, every day it just keep playing with you, fooling you. So because it's getting attracted to so many sense things, sense objects and everything. Sometimes you feel, what am I doing? All I like enjoying and this. But then when we know more about Krishna, we feel like, yes, I'm doing the right thing. Let me get fixed in Krishna consciousness, and you advance in Krishna consciousness by knowing. And the main reason to know about Krishna's opulence is Krishna says, Janma Karma Jame Divyam Evam Yovedi Tatvada Tikta Deham Punarjanma Naidi, right? Mamedi Surgeon. So more you know about Krishna, then the door of liberation is opening. The more you know about Krishna, Krishna says, Takta Deham Punarjanma, you won't get Punarjanma. You're going back to Krishna. Okay. Okay. So anything to add? I can unmute everyone. Okay, I'll open the open book link now. So those who have not posted, please do it fast, because I need to upload it in the Excel sheet. What happens once this open book thing goes away, then again to take it out, it's a big thing. I'm managing multiple batches. I feel like which batches where, and then so I do it in as a regular basis. Like once it is opened, I close it and then correct it. The Excel sheet is uploaded. Now it's done like that. So when you take it from the link from the drive, it becomes, that can be converted to an Excel sheet. So when you send in WhatsApp, again adding to the Excel sheet is a double work. So this can be directly converted to an Excel sheet, and it's very easy to do. So that's right. Okay, so I'll open it and then please upload. Next time onwards, when you send the this closed book. I'll make sure that you get a mail confirmation in your email that you have submitted the assignments. That's better, so that you know you have submitted. Okay. Okay, no more questions. I think all of you fill the attendance sheet. Some devotees, what happens when they click the link to submit the attendance, they immediately come back to the class. No, you wait for the response to come that you have successfully submitted the attendance, because one devotee had so much attendance problem. He was a regular devotee to the class, but the end we saw the attendance was very less. Then we came to know he's going to clicking the link, submitting the attendance, but then before it got submitted, he's coming back to the Zoom. So take time to fill the attendance, and Bhakti Shastri is very important. Don't worry, those who have missed some classes, you can always make up attendance for Bhakti Shastri. Okay, Bhakti Shastri is not like there is no second option. There is always a second option, that how much of attendance you lack, you can definitely attend some other module and make up the attendance. So there's a lot of options like that. But this open book, be careful. I'll try to fill it up. And those who have not done, missed some open books, no problem. I'll give you one more chance so that you can complete the old open book. Okay. Yes, Mataji, you could upload from your daughter's mobile. Yeah, some mobiles, I don't know what issues, but it doesn't, the server doesn't allow to upload. There's some problem with it. Yes, Rajesh Prabhu, you can upload once more. I didn't get it. Might be because I closed the form till then. Just see, okay. Others, whoever I said, please correct and send it again. Okay. Yeah, please try to do it in 2 days. I think 2-3 days time would be okay. Before this weekend, please do it. Okay. Yeah, if you have problem in uploading, yes, the admins can help. You can send it to some of the devotees, and they can also help you upload it. Yes, that can also be done.
When are you going to send the next open book question?
Which one?
The next open book question.
No, let's finish chapter 10 now. Only after the chapter 10 is over, only the next open book question will be submitted. Okay, Hare Krishna, I think we can end here. Panchakalpadharubhasya kripasindu